How is everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome. It's really lovely to have you all with us. We're going to be talking about sales and network expansion and how they go hand in hand, really, what tools that you have to build your sales. And I'm just going to let everybody in first. Just checking it's recording. Good evening. The chat's open, so feel free to pop your comments in the chat. I'm just going to have a look at it now and see who's with us. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Hayley. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Quick question. What is a skin social? Is it a post or a meeting? It is a meeting, Grace. It is like a small event. Okay. So let's just make sure everybody's in. I'm just getting some more people in. Kim, you are um admin as well, so you can let anybody
Yeah,
in.
I'm accepting as I'm going.
Amazing. So hopefully I'm going to spotlight myself. Hopefully. So hopefully you can see me and Kim on the screen. We have the lovely Kim here joining us this evening to give us her take on sales and how she goes about gathering her sales, because she is storming her way into France currently, but she's storming her way through the reward plan. And obviously in the Momentum Challenge, she's doing amazing as well, gathering all of her 250 new PV each month, which is and more and way more. So she's doing incredible. So I think like it's always great to learn from those in the field that are already doing it. But let's talk through where are the fundamentals and where do we start? So if you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. I will have a look along the way. It's just an incredible time to get hiccups, Hayley. But here we go. So how to increase your network and sales. The two very much go hand in hand. You need a bigger network to get more sales, because you obviously can get more sales from your current customers, but you don't want to only rely on them because they only have so much money to spend. I don't know about you guys, but like you give yourself a little bit of disposable to play with every single month to treat yourself to hair and nails and all the rest of it. And that's the same with our customers. So there's only so many times you can keep going back to the same people to see if they want more. So network expansion is fundamental in this business. And there are a few ways to do it. And these will all help you with your sales. Okay, so let's talk about them first. We've got a network expansion toolkit. First of all, these are the like 5 tools that you have to use to your advantage to gather more network into your business, into your community, to get more sales from. You have customers, because always with our customers, you want to know who they know. And we'll go into this in more depth in just a second. You have social media, of course, somewhere that you can provide value, educate, entertain, and build connection with people. You have got skin socials and nutrition taste testing evenings or events, a way to bring people face to face, for people to bring a friend to expand your network beyond your existing friend or your existing customer. You have online skin and nutrition classes. This is something that a lot of people don't actually do here, and it's something that actually can work really, really well for you. And you have your new customer offers, which of course we do pretty much every month, and you can use them to your advantage as well. So let's talk through how we use these 5 things to gather up more sales and to gather up more network. Because the more people we gather, the more sales that we have, and the more you're going to hit your incentive challenges, the more you're going to hit your ranks, you're going to earn more commission. And obviously, if you're able to do it, you're able to teach it, of course. So let's look at the first one. How to increase our network and sales via your current customers. So your customer is a doorway to a whole new network of people. And this is something that I learned really early on in my network marketing career. The opportunity doesn't end with your current customer. So if Kim was my customer, I would want to know who Kim knows. Who does Kim know that would also like their own personalized skin range? Who would also like to learn a little bit more about nutrition? Does Kim have any friends that are on a health and wellness journey who are always talking to her about wanting to get fitter or take more supplements? Does Kim have any friends that complain about their skin or are just feeling a bit ugh and just need a bit of a pamper to take care of themselves? Kim or whoever your customer is your doorway to a whole new network of people. And it's a way to sell and recruit through people because it's not about them, it's about who they know. And that's so fundamental in this business. If you can get into that mindset with each and every person that comes into Beyond Beauty Club as a customer of yours, if you can always think, great, but who else do they know? Because they will have best friends and connections and colleagues in their network that they talk to on a regular basis that also need our products, that also talk to them and moan about their weight, or they're really tired, or they've got skin concerns. And there is always someone that's going to spring to mind that they can refer back to you. You are going to get more sales through your current customers when you build a really great relationship with them. And that comes like hands down through the follow-up. That comes with knowing who they are, what they're all about, that not treating them as just a social media person or a number on your paycheck when they become a real life friend. And Sarah Kaywood will probably talk more about this in the coming days because she treats everybody as friends. So if you get to know your customers on a real personal level, make notes in your follow-up system if you have one. And if you haven't got one, let's start one today. Who are they? Are they married? Do they have kids? Are they a dog person? Are they going on holiday? What is their biggest concern with their skin or their wellness journey? You want to know these things about your customer because when a product comes out or an offer comes out, that person's going to ring a little bell in your head and they're going to think, oh, I'm going to go back to Sally. Because I remember during a conversation, Sally mentioned X, Y, and Z. And this comes really easily when you have a follow-up system. And a follow-up system doesn't mean that you have to follow them up every single time and offer them more product or another offer. It can be simply checking in to say, hi, how are you? How was your holiday? I noticed that the kids started school this September. How did it go? How are you getting on with your cleanser? How are you getting on with your Nourish? Talk to me. What do you think to it? Have your follow-up system in place, and you can do anything that suits you. I've noted down here, and we'll talk about follow-up a little bit more detail at the end of the month, but 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months is something that I used to do. So I used to check in, thank them for their order, see if I can help them anymore after 2 days, 2 weeks, and let them know that their order was like on its way. 2 weeks, I would check in and see how they're getting on with it. How do they feel? Is it working? Can I offer any more advice? Provide extra value. And provide extra value would mean I'd say, I noticed that you got the cleanser and toner. Here's a link to the Simon Orian MD video to show you how to use it correctly to get the best out of your product. That is excellent customer service. That is something that Boots and Superdrug and Sephora and all the big brand places that you can get skincare or anywhere that sells nutrition don't do. They don't check in to make sure you're using it correctly and how you're getting on with it. And it's so important to put that follow-up system in place. And then 2 months, I would check in and I would make a note in my diary. And if you've got a small customer base, you can start off in a diary. If you've got a large customer base, you could do it on an iPhone diary. So many different ways, which we'll talk about. But I would put a forward follow-up in for 2 months' time when I knew that their cleanser was coming to an end, or I knew that their nutrition or their Nourish was coming to an end, to say, hey, I noticed that you've had your Nourish now for 2 months. Just wanted to let you know this offer is on. I just wanted to let you know we now offer a bundle where you can mix and match your flavors. And it's a reason to check in with them, but also preempt that they might need that their subscription might be coming out or due, or if they've put it on a one-time purchase, did they want to now go on subscription? So this is a way to increase your sales, first and foremost, that works really, really well. And obviously with your customers that are loving it, that goes back to the first thing. Use your customers. If your customers are absolutely loving it, ask for a referral. Just say, have you got any friends that I can help? If you've got any friends that want to take the AI Simon Orian analyzer on the website and get a skincare or a nutrition recommendation, it's free. It might help them out. Yeah, it's really, really simple. This is how to grow your sales through your existing customers, not only with them, but also with their network. Hope that makes sense. Any questions, feel free to pop that in the chat. Good point. Okay, amazing. Then we move on to how to increase your network and via social media. The social media is our biggest free tool. It's a free sales lead generation tool. We use it to build connection. We use it to showcase our loves and likes and our lifestyle and provide advice. My biggest advice to you would be with social media would be have an open profile. If you want to gather more sales, you've got to reach more people. And to reach more people, you need an open profile because otherwise, with a closed profile, you are restricted to those who are in the same room as you. So that's like everybody that's in my office with me right now. It won't go outside of those people. If they like it and comment, no one else will see it outside of those people. And you really want an open profile because then if Kim and Lynn start commenting and liking on what I'm posting, their friends see it. And if their friends like and comment on it, their friends see it. And this is how you gather network from different countries, from completely different network pools by having an open profile on social media. It works wonders. I can tell you that when I started, I had 122 Facebook friends. And by the time I came out the field, I had around 7,000 on my Facebook profile in friends and followers that I had gathered over the years by doing that very thing, by posting content and people liking and commenting and me engaging and adding them into my network. With social media as well, post with a real purpose. What is it you're trying to put across? So when you're posting about family and life, it's really great to be relatable and funny and entertaining. And this is why I say education, entertainment, and emotional connection. You can be entertaining and you can build emotional connection just by posting about family life, about children, about your hobbies. So people can get to know you outside of what you do for a living and outside of your Beyond Beauty Club business. And then when you're looking at posting anything to do with Beyond Beauty Club, you really want to look at what point am I trying to put across here? Am I educating anybody? Am I raising any questions? Am I filling in their gaps of knowledge anywhere with what our product can do for them? Am I kind of gaining any interaction that they're going to think, oh, actually, yeah, my skin does that. Or yeah, actually, I really feel a bit tired. I could do with this product. So be a friend, but be really relatable with your content on social media and post with a purpose. If you're posting about your skincare routine, what are you trying to educate them? How are you trying to gauge some interaction with people? And a lot of it will come from sharing stories like your skin and your life and your nutrition journey. And really sort of when you're in your post or your reels, raising those questions or, educating people on things they didn't know about an ingredient or what a product can do for your skin or your health. It's filling in the gaps of knowledge that makes them think, oh, I really need this. So they're going to start reaching out to you and engaging more often. Obviously, with social media, the way to gain more sales is to interact with every like, comment, and every interaction you have. So who is stalking you on your stories? Who's always watching your stories? When you click through and you can see the little eyes, who's always watching that you can then check in with and say, hey, how are you? Who's liking and commenting your posts? At the end of the month, go back through the whole month. So when you're running for your promotions at the end of the month or you're running for your goal, go back through your whole month's worth of social media and look at your comments and your likes and your interactions and see who's around, who can you reach out to and say, hey, thanks a lot for all your support this month. Who is the familiar faces that are always watching and commenting? And you can drop in and say, hey, do you have any more questions? Thank you, for supporting my reel this month. Do you have any questions? And really make sure that you followed up with everybody because it's a way to gain more sales and new customers. Social media is your free lead generation tool. Use it as a sales funnel to fill with new people and that you can invite to take the AI skin consultation or nutrition analyzer on the website. It's absolutely amazing. Any questions on that? Okay. So we also have build your network and sales through events. Okay, because a lot of us still do face to face. We feel more comfortable face to face. A lot of you thrive on being in person with people, and it's so vital. So, again, you can relate this back to your customers. Invite your customers to a gathering, invite your customers to a small or large event, whether it's in a coffee shop and you're doing, um, some skin tests on your hands with the skincare, or whether you're having a nutrition tasting around your home or in your local pub, wherever. An event is anything that is more than just you in any type of venue. It could be your home, it could be the local pub, it could be the local coffee shop, it could be in a hall. But again, yeah, use it as an opportunity to bring your customers to and to ask them to invite one person to. And if you are recruiting new members, ask them to bring their customers and their new customers and their friends with them as well. Always encourage people to bring somebody new. This is a way to increase your sales, build your network, and get in front of new people. Advertise it on social media. Use a theme. You can use anything. It could be the daily skin essentials. It could be summer and SPF. It could be energy and focus or rise and radiance. It could be anything. You can theme it to educate anybody. And I've put a little saying down here: to grow globally, become known locally. And I say it all the time. And if any of my leaders or the leaders in the team are on here, they all know that I say it all the time because a mentor of mine said that to me once. If you want to grow globally, become really well known locally. Be the skin girl, be the nutrition girl, be at all of the parent meetings and the little, have a stand at all the little stalls and anything that's going on in your village. Be there, to build new connections and to educate people on your products and obviously to answer all their questions that they may have. It'll come from loads of conversations because you want to be known as that person on the school run or at the local gym. You want to be known as that person, and that's definitely a place that I got to, and it was definitely where people then would go, oh, you want this, you need to talk to Hayley, or you need to talk to Catherine. She definitely does that. She can help you. So anything you can get involved in your local community or even at home, and having a skin and gin night with friends and their friends is a way to build your sales and build your network for sure. I'm just going to check the comments. Fabulous. Okay. And then increasing your network and sales via educational online events. This is something that we don't do a lot here at Beyond Beauty Club, but it's definitely a gap that you could look into. And why I say educational online events, because a lot of people don't know about Beyond Beauty Club. A lot of people don't know about Simon Orion. And a lot of people don't know that we do personalized skincare and personalized nutrition and what that even is. A lot of people don't know how to look after their skin properly, or what an evening or a morning routine is, or how to fit a pre-workout in and what to use Nourish for, and how to so many things. And this is great where online events can come in because you can really be that person who builds their network and their sales through creating educational content and inviting people to an educational series in an online event. It could be anything to do with health and wellness, hydration in the summer and nourishing your body. And you can then talk about supplements and hydration and gym or whatever you're into. It could be educating people on SPF over the summertime and why SPF is so important. Could be educating people on an evening or a morning routine and what that looks like. It's so easy to do it online because all you would simply do is hold an event. You can hold it in a Facebook event, you can hold it in a WhatsApp broadcast channel. You invite your friends and your customers. You can ask them to invite their friends and in their network, and you can have a very quick 30 minutes of educational content over the course of maybe 5 to 6 posts that is going to educate people. And it's a way to provide value to people that will educate them, give back without being salesy. So you're not saying buy this, buy that. You're saying, hey, welcome to my educational series about why we look after our skin in the summer, talking about off the top of my head here. And you can go through how we lose our elastin and how our skin ages over time and what UV and sun damage does to your skin, how to look after it with cleanse, tone, and moisturizer, using SPF and what broad spectrum SPF is. Simple things that people do not know. And until I was in this industry, I didn't know what broad spectrum SPF was. I didn't know what toning did to my skin. And you can educate people on this in really easy mini series. And it's a way to say, get your jammers on, grab a cup of tea, grab a drink or a glass of wine. I'm holding an educational series at 7:30 on a Sunday night. It's here and people can join. So it's definitely a way that you can build your audience and build your sales through education. And then obviously we have the customer offers. Every month we have an amazing offer. This month we have got rituals. We have got this Say Hello to Bright Skin with the free mask, which is incredible, with our vitamin C. And it's a way to use these products to go back into all of the different avenues I've just talked to you about. Use this current month's incentives and promotions to your advantage for sure. Use your own experience, build your own story with the product. How did it help you? What do you love about it? What are your before and afters? And share that religiously over and over and over again so people are being reminded of it all month. And again, ask questions to raise that with people that think, yeah, actually, that's something I could do with. Teach and education, fill in those gaps of knowledge with why people need it, because the more people will reach out to you in social media if you can educate them as to why they would need it. But more people will talk to you in person and they can see your skin is glowing and looking fresh and radiant. And you can say, well, it's actually this. Tell stories openly and obviously always ask questions. So your offers are another touch point to, yes, go back to your existing customers, and you're going to know them from your follow-up system, right? You're going to know who absolutely loves vitamin C or who had vitamin C come up in their skin scan. You're going to know those people from really getting to know your customers. You can go back and say, hey, it's on offer. It's a way to increase your sales, but also you can use it to talk about and build a story around for the whole month about your journey with these two products and how to use them and what the ingredients do for you. And ask questions. Does anyone suffer with dry skin? This is really good to remove all the dead skin cells. Use it like this. Use it in this place in your skin routine. Does anybody want brighter, more vibrant skin and more even skin tone? Vitamin C, it's really good for this. It's got 20% stable vitamin C in. There's so many avenues for you to use the new offers and incentives to build a story around all month for you to attract new people or even gain more sales from your existing people as well. So hopefully that's given you a little overview of the tools that are in your toolbox to really maximize your potential to gather more network into your business in so many different ways, to be able to educate and get to know and offer them a solution with one of our amazing products, whether it be skincare or our nutrition. So at this point, I'm going to hand you over to the lovely Kim, because Kim is doing amazing at gathering new sales. She's a brand champion one. She is are you in Belgium?
Yeah.
I get confused because you're a UK, but you're in Belgium and you're building in France. So
Yeah.
everywhere. So I'm going to hand over to Kim. So she's going to go through her tips and what's working for her with the offers and what she does for new sales.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So, Hayley, you've mentioned quite a couple of tips anyway that I do use, so I'll probably repeat them. But if you,
Good, because it works.
yeah, if I repeat them, it sticks in your head. So, one of my first tips is the most obvious one: use the products. Like, use the products. You cannot sell, for me, you cannot sell a product that you do not use. The reason why I say this is because most of my sales are done on the outside. So when people see me now, like on Saturday, we went to a carnival. And we obviously, it was hundreds of people that I knew in our village. And the amount of compliments, the amount of questions, the amount of, oh, send me the link I got from people from seeing my skin on Saturday is just the proof is in the pudding, because you can put a picture online of yourself, but then people always come back with, oh, you use filters, I use that. That's another tip as well. Never use filters on any pictures, even if it's not a before and after. Do not get rid of filters. We don't need filters. We're skin queens now. We do not need filters. If you've got a spot, show it off. We've got skin. It's normal, it's hormones. Show people, and that's when you become relatable as well. Like I've got some people, oh, I can't show myself at the minute. I've got a big spot. I'm like, so you're relatable. That spot you'll probably get rid of in the next 24 hours with the clay mask. I said, but somebody else will watch your story that you saying, oh, I've got a spot. I'm just going to use this clay mask. And then the next day or 2 days later, it'll be gone and they'll still be stuck there with their spots. And they'll be thinking, I need that clay mask. You have to be relatable. And by being authentic, by being like truthful and just you, that is how you attract people to come to you and to believe in you as well. Whereas if you hide behind filters, you hide behind the screen all the time, people don't know if it's real. So, like, my second tip is sharing your journey. So don't become a sales robot. Like, be authentic, be simple, and just share your journey. Like I put something on tonight about I put the exfoliating mask on, and I just simply put on that I love this time of the week where I put this mask on, blah blah blah. I've not been sales it at all in the post, and I've already had 3 people message me about the exfoliating mask. It's all about just not putting online, oh, this is I'm selling this, I'm selling that, blah, blah, blah. Don't become a sales role. But every other network marketing company does that. We are different at Beyond Beauty. We show the results, we show what it makes us feel like, and I think that is what's more attractive. But for me personally, anyway, when I see people selling, or recruiting, it really, I just bypass it because I just think, well,
Because you want to know what it does for you, right?
exactly. You want to know the benefits and you want to know, and that's when it comes to being relatable. Like when Hayley mentioned before about being, relatable to people, don't try and find a story to be relatable. Just be you. Be yourself. Showcase you. You are your brand. You are that person. So I would say spending more time connecting than selling. It really is. Social media. What is social media for? Social media is for connecting, it's for building relationships. If you're spending your time thinking about, which I used to do it. So that's why I know now that it didn't work. And now what I'm doing is working. I spend more time in my messenger, in my inbox, than I do creating posts for my social media. I'd rather post once or twice like good quality content, good quality posts that come from the heart and be in my messenger and be in my WhatsApp and chatting to people all the time. Because that is where the true relationship grows, and that is where the questions come with the conversations and things like that, and where you can advise. Okay, and the next tip, obviously get from behind the screen. So get out there. Like Rachel said, be the skin queen, be the nutrition queen, get out there, go on the school runs, go to all these events. I'm at every single event that they do in this village. I'm at every single event that they do at the next village. Where I know people, I'm there because I get to meet new people as well. And we get to meet them in a nice, and I even get to the point to where people are asking me questions when we're on a night out and we're dancing in the middle of the dance floor. And I'm like, listen, I'll send you some information tomorrow, but right now, let's just have a dance. And because I'm like, now, I work 24/7 on my business and now all I want to do is dance. Then we laugh about it and, we continue and they're just like, oh, but your skin. And I'm like, yeah, I know, thank you. So we do that. But yeah, skin parties as well. I've just started up some skin parties. They work really well because the customers obviously get to come, try the products out, and then you just fall in love with the product straight away, right? And be direct and confident. I listened to a training, I think it was, I can't remember the name, I told Rachel the other day, but I've listened to that many recently. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, whoever it was. I can't remember the name of the person. But yeah, I did a training call the other day. Well, I listened to a recording the other Amber Smart, that was it. Amber Smart. Oh, how can I forget? Yeah, I listened to her training call the other day, and one of the things that she said that stuck with me and that I started doing was being direct. So if you offer the business to someone and they say no, then be that confident that they're going to buy the product. And I've done it a few times where because I'm going for growing France now, so I'm going direct with the business a lot of the time. And when they're not interested in the business, I'm like, oh, well, that's absolutely fine. You're not interested in the business, but I know for a fact you'll be interested in the skincare because it's amazing. And I'm getting them to do skin scans. I'm getting them to look into the things. I'm finding out more about them as well on what they need, on what they would want, and on their routine as well. If they're a white girl like I used to be, or a cold water splash girl like I used to be, or whether they actually do look after themselves. And it's a domino effect from the beginning, from using the product to getting out there and speaking to people online. So I've wrote notes everywhere, but they're all everywhere. So again, with the follow-up, like Hayley said, I tend to look at my story views, and I obviously the ones that are stalking you, you don't need to write them down because you remember them. You remember those people that watch you day in, day out without saying a word. Um, and people that interact with your posts. I've got a lot of stalkers that don't interact with my posts, but then I've got some that'll come every now and then. But then I'll create a relationship with them online. I'm not going to go straight to them and be like, hey, do you want to buy my products? Or hey, do you want to join my business? I create a relationship with them. I'll speak to them. I'll say thanks to them every now and then. I'll give them compliments. I'll go on there when I say about spending more time connecting rather than selling, is I will probably spend time not only in Messenger, but on my newsfeed, connecting with people and liking and commenting authentically on their posts. If I don't like the dress, I'm not going to say that I like the dress, but if I do, I'm going to say, oh, I really like that dress. It's got to be authentic. Also, I'm sorry, I've wrote it down everywhere. Reaching out to people, the follow-up is key. It really, really is. So obviously with the offers, the way I tend to use my stories with the offers. So I put the offers in my stories. It's very rare that I will put a sales post on my newsfeed. Very, very.
I'm so glad you said that because I never
Yeah. No, it's
either.
very, very rare. I've done it in the past, but now I consciously make an effort not to do it. And I use my stories to do a mixture of personal and direct sales and direct recruitment or indirect. But I'll never directly put it on my newsfeed because I think it's sort of if somebody was to come and follow you, because I've got an open profile, I put myself in their shoes. If I was to go and follow somebody and all they have on their newsfeed is this promotion, that promotion, buy this, blah, blah, join my team, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, okay, nope, next. I wouldn't directly, that'd stop me from wanting to build a relationship with that person, because I don't know who they are. I can't find out who they are without the business. So I think being on your social media, being you, I mean, and you can show the products and you can show the business in other ways. You don't need to be direct all the time. It's the more indirect things that attract the right people, and then they watch your stories anyway because they're watching your news feed. But I think I've mentioned everything that I had in my head today, but you've just got to be relatable. To be relatable, just be you. Don't try and be somebody else. Don't try and think what is relatable, what is my niche, looking for the skin niche. Your niche is you. Like, who are you? What do you like? What problems did you have before? What problems do you face every single day? Like my problems is I try and do my skincare for those 10 minutes in the bathroom, all nice and calm, and my children won't stop coming in the bathroom. That's my problem, you know? And also relating on the follow-up, so going back to your actual customers and speaking to them, keeping in touch with them, and obviously sending them with the promotions as well. What I do is I send them the promotions. I'll say, oh, I know that you're loving that product, so maybe you'll like this one. Just wanted to let you know. Seems like you're already a customer of mine. You'll see it on your customer account. With the people that have asked me about it that are not yet customers, I'll send it to them too, but I'll word it differently. It's all about the way you word things as well. Like, get away from being a salesperson, get away from being a recruiter. You know,
How would you word it, Kim? If you were reaching out to your customer, how would I don't I'm putting you on the spot now, but how would
no,
it
that's fine.
vary? Just for everybody on the call, if you were sending the recent offer and promotion out for this month to a customer,
Right.
how do you do it differently?
Okay, so if I was reaching out to a customer that's obviously bought the products and is enjoying the products, then I would just, because obviously I'm in contact with them anyway. So it's not like, hey, I've not spoke to you for a while, blah, 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 here's an offer. It's nothing like that because, like you said, the follow-up is the key. I do stay in touch with them. They'll ask me questions. I'll send them little videos on how-tos, etc., etc., etc. And I'll just basically, with customers, it's a lot easier than with people potentials because with customers, I'll just simply message them saying, hey, how are you? I thought I'd let you know. I don't know if you've seen in your customer portal, but we have a new promotion that's going on and you've not yet tried this product and it's amazing. Like at the minute in Belgium, we've got the cleansing balm, with the free cleanser. So I'm pushing that a lot as well because I love the cleansing balm and it's just the passion that comes out. I think that's another thing I wanted to say as well. That's made me think. Scripts, like if you are using the products and you are passionate about the products, you don't need scripts. Like it just comes out of your mouth naturally. And I think sometimes when you get locked behind the screen and you're speaking to people and people say, oh, well, what can I say to this person? How can I say, which I've done in the past, but how can I say this to this person? Has anybody got any scripts for that? Well, if you're passionate about the product, you don't need the scripts because it'll just come out the wording. Like I don't have set scripts to send to people. I just go with my feelings on how I feel and that's what it is. It's your feelings inside. Let that come out. Let that be your script. Let you be your script. As if you were, you've got to imagine as if you were speaking, if you're speaking to someone behind the screen, imagine that you're speaking to that person face to face. What would you say to them face to face if they asked you the same question? Would you be searching for a script or running around looking for somebody and saying, oh, what can I answer back? No, it needs to come out. You need to answer these questions. So just be you. That's it. If you don't use the product, then use somebody else's story and say, oh, well, my friend uses that. I've not tried it yet, but my friend says, bam, bam, bam. So it's really important as well to go in the Glow Up group and look at all the testimonials and see for the ones for the products that you don't use. But you'll more than likely sell the products that you use the most because
Yeah.
that's where your passion is. That's where it comes out. Like if someone says to me, "Oh, I'm trying to get my makeup off, it's really annoying." I'm like, "Boom, bam, there it is. That's amazing. Try it." And if it's somebody here, my friend came around the other day, and I'm like, "Come in the bathroom with me. Come on, try it." So we both washed our face, and she used the balm. She's like, "Oh my God," and I'm like, "It just melts. It's beautiful, isn't it?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Buy it." But that's with a friend, I do tell Rachel I'm quite pushy with my friends and family. I'm like, yeah, bye, bye, bye. But yeah, those are my little tips. Hopefully they helped everybody.
Amazing.
I,
Thank you so much. Sorry, Kim, I'm cutting you off
no,
there.
no, no. I was gonna say I've probably got like more, but I've writ everything everywhere. So, but
Mm.
yeah, I think no, it's just the basics. It really is the basics, and using the product and just being you, and moving forward. Stop using scripts. Stop trying to. What's the word? Sorry, I'm translating in my head from French. Stop trying to invent stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like invent scripts, invent thinking that your words are not good enough. Be
And
confident.
also, I think there's an element of being consistent with showing up because, especially with social media, it's kind of like your shop window. And if you
Yeah.
fall off the face of the planet for a week and then do one post or you show up one time and then you go away for a week, you're inconsistent. So people want to buy from people that are passionate and consistent and love what they do because
Yeah.
then that feels easier and safer for them to part with their hard-earned money with you because you show up for what you believe in and what you love and what you're passionate about.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, definitely, definitely. It is all about the consistency. Like I say, you don't have to, for me, in my eyes, you don't have to post 10 times a day. You don't have to, put a million stories on a day. you know, you can put one post on a day if you wanted to, and then put stories on with what you wanted. But as long as your posts are authentic, and like we had that call yesterday, like shout it from the rooftop, be loud and be proud, you know, and just don't become a sales robot. For me, it's not becoming a sales robot. It's
Hmm.
being true,
Genuine.
leading with the heart. It really is leading with the heart because the more you lead with the heart, the more you attract people that will lead with the heart, and the more that you will be more, people will be more attracted to you because that's what they want. You give off that good energy, that good vibe.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kim. I think you've given everyone so much knowledge and nuggets there. And guys, like this, you've got your five sort of items in your toolbox to work with to help you gather up new network and more sales. Like use them to your advantage. Use Kim's tips to your advantage. And think to yourself every day, like, what am I doing? And like the biggest thing is to follow the DMO sheet as well. If you've got it, download it, print it off, because it covers these elements, these five tools that you have in your toolkit. It will cover these and it will keep you consistent into action, which will in turn, help you achieve more sales and a bigger network as well. So thank you so much, guys. I'm just going to quickly check loads of amazing comments in the chat. Kim, so everybody loved that. Thank you so much. We will pop the recording to this in the Facebook group. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at any point. But thank you all for tuning in this evening and giving up your evening. And I look forward to seeing you all on the Momentum Challenge board over the next couple of weeks. Thanks, guys. Bye.